like a cheater, cause I do the dash. I'm a cat, she done sold her Satan shaking ass. Yeah, I never liked my life, I ain't cheating on my bitch, I'm just fucking on your wife. I'm the thing, I'm the person, I'm the thing, in the virgin, I'm okay with the working, I ain't serving, I'm just lurking, trying to rob you of your purpose while I'm chilling. I'm never walking with the ice, cause I ain't slipping. Y'all just fuck with tender bitches who always be snitching. I'm like pulling down the powder off the deep web. All your boy, your pussy, all them fuck boys that just seem stressed. Fully loaded, chopper fucking snails, I'm a hit star. No tats on my body, creeping in the darkness, touch spot. Yeah, call me scarce, call me pale, call me trash. Fuck a bad bitch, then I make her sad. Dodge her like a cheetah, cause I do the dash. I'm a cat, she done sold her Satan shaking ass. Yeah, call me scarce, call me pale, call me trash. Fuck a bad bitch, then I make her sad. Yeah, dodge her like a cheetah, cause I do the dash. I'm a cat, she done sold her Satan shaking ass. Call me Mr. Getting Peso, if you happen to speak Spanish, I'll just say yo tengo queso en mi pantalones. Hot, smoke a Dutch, get the munch. Boy, all my life isn't much, I just fuck with your moms, cause she buying all my drugs. She a cunt, hope that thought, motherfucking overdose. And this neck fast that I serve her might be making out the most. Yeah, I'm grading all the toast, making one more suggestion. Don't be asking me no questions, scope on me to pay my dope. Yeah, trash gang, we just fuck. 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 Call me pale, call me trash, yeah. Call me scares, call me pale, call me trash. Call me scares, call me pale, call me trash. If you stepping up to me, you dead sure to come in last, yeah.
I fucking love you, Jordan.
Yeah, call me scares, cause I'm real son. I'ma kill you. I was working on the highway, 495, wanna try, get your mind straight. Still pulling about your old bitches off of my space. Bitch, call my dick a tree house, hit the high place. Still on a 3-kill streak with a spy plane. Still gonna fuck a broke bitch, ain't no 5 dates. Never use a condom, that's because I wanna die. Great guess I'm still stale, still reppin' for that 5. I never gave a motherfucker, always leaving semen in a bitch's rupture cut. Demons need me on the planet just so I can fuck it up. Why they wanna pick me up? I ain't being where I'm stuck. Transcending past through the evening amongst the finest species of forgotten soul, so we can smoke a blunt. That's it, it's that simple. As you really focus, huh? Don't be looking at my whole crew, cause we so rude toting guns. I was working on the highway, 495, wanna try, get your mind straight. Still pulling back your old bitches off of my space. Bitch, call my dick a tree house, hit the high place. Still on a 3-kill streak with a spy plane. Still gonna fuck a broke bitch, ain't no 5 dates. Never use a condom, that's because I wanna die. Great guess I'm still stale, still reppin' for that 5, Took Satan on a blind date, 495, wanna try, get your 5 race him down the highway till she ride face. Bitch, call my dick a meat house, hit the top place. Still on a 3-kill streak with a migraine. Still finna took a whole break in a tight place. Always been a robber, that's because I wanna die. Great guess I'm still stale, still reppin' for that 5, Yeah, call me Scales Dad. Every day I saw myself and thinking that I'm real bad. Truthfully, I wouldn't tuck and buckle in a real crash. I don't give a fuck what happens to me, cause I'm real sad. Fuck everything and all my problems, I'ma kill that. Catch me off the top floor, building chillin', feel splat. Body is the ground, now my soul's getting kidnapped. Scotty getting froze, I approach through the mist that's colder than the touch. I'm corrupt, need a bus pass to the next life. Here I go, off a jump pack. I will not ascend because I've never been above rat. I don't really care what happens to me, cause I love that. Took Natus on a blind date, 495, wanna try, get your mind straight. Still pulling ratchet old bitches off of my space. Bitch, call my dick a tree house, hit the high place. Still on a 3-kill streak, wanna
spot plane, still finna fuck a broke bitch. Ain't no 5 dates, never use a condom. This because I want to tie right. Guess I'm still scared, still running for the 5. Hey.
What's good, everybody? We're about to get it started, man, with the scales 495 interview, man. This is about to be fucking lit. But without further ado, this is a lit track too. It's also scales. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn the music down a little bit because I usually don't have anything playing in the background. Just wanna have a little bit of music, man. I don't think we'll have to talk over it too hard. I'm getting some playlist too.
Don't know what they thought about my life. Who I'm chilling with doesn't matter in my head all night.
That's about right there. A little background song. I think that should be the right volume. What's good, Joseph? Yeah, I'm gonna pull your boy up right now. Boy, Scott Thomas, aka Scales.
Why they have to lie to me and tell me I'ma be alright? All left to their choices when them cutthroats tell you about that large life. Cutting cocaine.
Alright, hold up. Let me do this again, man. My dumb ass, like... I don't know. The internet's like really fucking good here, actually. But I'm thinking, since I always fucking talk about how my computer died, it's always running at such a high percentage with the OBS shit going on. So I think I just need to upgrade my shit, man. I don't think it's internet or nothing like that. It's just too much shit going on for my poor little piece of shit to handle. So, call your boy again, because this other tab did not respond. You love the waiting game, don't you? I fucking hate it. Like, goddamn, my shit would be fucking apologies. Oh, there it goes. Okay. We're finna get this shit started, though, man. Even if my shit's trying to fuck up, but you know what? Like, the fuck ups at the beginning are always the best shows, man. Like, especially when it takes a minute to get started, I swear. Have the best turnouts when you're thinking like you're getting rushed and all this shit. You end up being late. Shit ends up going fucking ham, man. So yeah. Trying this again. It's actually doing it this time. Looky there. Call you boy Scott. Yeah, my shit's being extra stupid right now. Here we go. Oh god. Let's get it. It's ringing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
That's good, man. Yeah, I got you pulled up now. Yeah, my bad about the intro, man.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff's messing up a little bit.
Oh. No, that's cool. I just realized we had to. We got to act like we didn't talk before the live started.
No, it's all good, man. You can break rules, right?
Oh, okay.
Let's get it. But yeah.
I'm a rule breaker.
Hell yeah. Without further ado, though, man, everybody watching, this your boy, Scales 495. This is the official Scales 495 interview on Lightwater. So, is there anything you'd like to say to anybody in here, like shout outs or anything before we get started with this, man? Word of advice?
Um, you know, I actually, I thought I thought you got the message that I sent. I wanted the song "Lose Yourself" by Eminem to play while you were gonna call me.
Oh, no, I didn't catch it. My bad.
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. We can do it next time.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, there's really, yeah. I hope people are watching this. I hope they are. If they're not, they're missing out. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, no, I think there's a couple people in here. I know my boy Odie was up in here. Of course, like, I gotta switch screens to switch between, like, the technical shit, so I don't always catch, every comment or nothing like that, you know? But I'll make it do. I'll make it do. So, what were you gonna do with that, by the way? Can I ask that? Like, was that just gonna be, like, your intro?
Oh, I was gonna like go under my desk, and I was gonna like come up in like maybe like a gray hoodie and a starter cap, and I was gonna start dancing around.
Oh, yeah. That's too lit, though. But I do have a question I've been wanting to ask you. This is a personal question ever since, you know what I'm saying, I heard about this Scales guy, right? You know, I'm pretty sure it was Ryan that put
Yes.
me on you. Um but it was lit. It was the AMV for your Trash Gang. So
Do you
yeah.
want to know more about the process behind that?
Well, like, yeah, like, how did you first get affiliated with Trash Gang? And I guess before we, like, talk about your affiliation, would you mind explaining what Trash Gang is to the people from your perspective?
It's a community of cyber demons, and basically, the channel itself is not monetized. Um, there's no ads that run on the videos. Everyone that gets posted on there, um, mostly especially people who do actual music videos, um, they might get charged like certain rates for promotion because I know that they do like different type of like promotional packages at this point because their channel is over like 700,000. So it's basically like if somebody let's say like you're an artist, you're just an unknown artist and you want to get your song on there, like, you're pretty like, to be honest, you're kind of asked out because most people think that their content is like, like dope and like, you know, cool and stuff like that, but there's a certain like aesthetic that the channel tries to like provide for people. And some stuff gets on there and some stuff doesn't, and it really just depends heavily on the specific song that you do and like what you want to do with that song. And you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. There's a couple more details behind it that I'm not 100% like sure if I should, share them just because like it's how I did things, and I really, I don't want anyone else to like kind of steal my sauce, as they say. I mean, if you personally want to know, I can tell you, I'll tell you off stream just because I know you. You know what I'm saying? But somebody's music, like me personally, like. Okay, let's say, my boy Kano is in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really fuck with Kano. I fuck with Kano as a person, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say that Kano made a song and he was like, "Yo, you know, do you think you could help me get this on trash?" Like, because I've talked to him before and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've actually had like conversations and we shared like a bunch of memes and stuff like that. Like, I would help him, but somebody just coming at me like randomly, like I've never talked to you before, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I probably wouldn't respond to him if I'm just being real. Like I don't know. I just have to know people. You know what I'm saying? Like people have to like try to, you know, make the connection. You know what I'm saying? And I got lucky, man. To be honest, I got lucky.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Well, looks always a factor, you know.
Sorry if I
Oh, what were you saying?
sorry if I was ranting.
Oh
Sorry if I
no,
was ranting a little bit.
oh no, you're fine, man. You know, that's what we're here for. This is like your spotlight. So, if you feel like saying anything, you know what I'm saying, you can just say it. Don't worry about how long it is. We'll keep it going. But like, I do have a list. I actually wrote a list down this time of like some general topics. Trash gang's actually one of them. But I want to talk about something else. I'll go ahead and talk about this too, since it's kind of related. It's like vaporwave and aesthetics. So I could tell you're kind of into the vaporwave thing just by that picture you sent me. So, what I don't know. What do you think? What how would you describe vaporwave to somebody?
What
Like,
Um, oh, that's easy. The best way that I could describe that is go on twitch.tv/Dr. Disrespect and like just look at like the general aesthetic of Dr. Disrespect's live stream. And it's all just like 80s like fucking like vaporwave. Like it's 80s. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way that I could describe it without getting into like too much like excruciating detail. It's 80s. It's old synths. You know, when I think about something like that, I think about like old synthesizers made by like, like Yamaha and stuff like that that have like, tube like those little tiny tube amplifiers in them. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, my boy from high school was in the chat saying he was bumping that old Jeezy. Reminded me of the old Hyundai. I remember that shit, man. Don't think I forget my humble beginnings, Engie. Yeah, 'cause I used to drive a Hyundai right when the Black album, not the Black album, the Recession. Um, when Young Jeezy dropped this album called The Recession, and it's still one of my favorite albums to this day. And I remember me and Engie's our friend Petey Pat. I remember Petey Pat. He bought the Recession, and we were just bumping it in the car so much that I just ended up going to buy it. Like I think like I was chilling with just Ingy one day or some shit, and yeah, I went and caught my own copy.
you talking and me talking. Yeah. All right. So my bad, guys. Courtesy of JG. Everything. Hold up. Now my desktop audio is not showing. Oh, let's just go. Here, I'll just have to keep unmuting it, man. All right. So let me make sure. All right, yeah. Yeah, my bad, Kano. But everything's back up now. We're just talking about them Hyundai days. But yeah, so I want to get, more direct, cause like out of all your music, what song would you say like represents Scales 495? And you know what I'm saying? Also, what does Scales 495 mean to you?
Well, basically, um, the song that I would say that represents me the most is um, Lizard Teeth. The very first Lizard Teeth that I did. Um, and just ah, either that or my song Search and Seizure. It's really tough between those two because those are like the two like extreme like mediums of like my music. Like Lizard Teeth is a really hype song, and it's really exciting and like full of energy. And then my song Search and Seizure is like some real shit. It's real dark and it's real sad. Because that that is what a lot of my life was, sadly enough, you know what I'm saying? Like went through a lot of years of struggle and sadness and like just kind of general shitty times. Um, it's I don't hold any grudges. I don't hold anything against nobody. Um, if people want to be cool with me, they can be cool with me. If they don't want to be cool with me, they don't have to be.
Yeah, that's
But
real
my
though,
name
man.
personally, the reason why I made my name Scales and I started, releasing this stuff like 10 months ago is because I was on an ankle bracelet for like 6 years, and it weighed me down. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, and my real name is Scott, and it kind of it starts with SC, so it kind of also sounds like my name. And the 495 after that, that means die, because if you change the numbers into letters, 495 obviously spells out DIE, and it's also like the main highway near where I live. So that's why I went with what I got.
And you know what I'm saying, translate to die. Are you talking about like it translate to die on like a phone, like how they segment numbers on a phone?
No, like D is the fourth
Oh, okay. So
letter of the alphabet.
just
I is the ninth,
chronological. Okay.
and and five is the
Okay. Yeah.
E.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Yeah, that's lit though.
And
That's
that's
lit.
and 495 itself is gonna transcend like me. It's gonna transcend my music. It's gonna be bigger than my music is because it's a brand. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. Like, people have told me that it won't work. They're like, yeah, da da da, that's not gonna work. And that's how I know it's gonna work is if people, you know, somebody who's really prevalent in the music industry told me that it wasn't gonna work. That's how I know it's gonna work because the next man doesn't want to see you make it. You know, the next man doesn't want to ride out for you. If he doesn't know you, he doesn't want your music to be fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's in it for himself. I don't know if I'll air it out. I'll say who it was. It was this dude named. Do you know who Black Milk is?
Oh no, I haven't heard of Black Milk. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, he's been in the game for a while, for a long time, and I spoke with him, and he told me that my shit wasn't gonna work, and I was like, yep, that this is gonna work because he's an old motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Who's still trying to be in the rap game, and that's it.
Man, that is what it is. Cause you know, music it evolves like anything else. Just like how there's new waves that always appear, man. Like there's so many genres in hip hop now, and can't nobody tell you something's not gonna make it. Like you can market anything. There's an ear for anything. You just have to be willing to follow those blueprints. You know what I'm saying? That structure to it.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
Orion said, "Shut up, the scales."
Yeah, that's Ryan Reed. He's he's another rapper from my area. He's Renegade Rebel.
Okay.
Shout out Renegade Rebel, man. His style is raw. He just needs to get up in the studio with me, and he needs to stop doing music with bummy ass people, and then he'll get some actual songs out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, big shout out, man.
You know?
Yeah, I think that was a genuine ass answer to that though. So you know what I'm saying, you fuck with Trash Gang and you fuck with aesthetics and all that shit, and I know that one song, I forgot the name, but like it was hella with the anime shit. So like, what's your
Yeah,
favorite
that's
anime,
that's
man?
that's another. Before I answer that, that's another reason why I fuck with Ryan is because he's into anime. You know what I'm saying? Like he fucks with that shit, and like I don't know, I just respect that show with like a million episodes.
Yeah.
I'd say I fuck with like Princess Mononoke the most out of anything, over everything.
I still hadn't seen that yet, man.
You haven't seen that?
Nah, I don't think so. Like, I think I've probably seen bits and pieces, but I've never seen it all the way through.
Oh, that's the best one. A lot of people think Spirited Away is the best one, but it's not.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. Yeah, most definitely. Shit, I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, it's fire. It's fire. It's about this dude named Prince Ashitaka who like he um he has to get rid of this evil curse that he's like, you know, obviously cursed with. And he got it from like this demon. So he has to like go around and there are these people that are trying to kill the forest spirit, and like so he has to also stop them, and he has to also somehow like, you know, go back and forth between all these different places. I don't know. You just gotta watch it. It's lit. Origin? No. Oh shit. Yeah. Um, Ryan saw one of my streams. Yo, he saw one of my streams, and he saw me like, 'cause I'd be like roasting people's music sometimes, and people think it's funny. Um, but Ryan sent me in a banger, and I was like, yeah, this song's dope, this and that. So I showed him my music, and we were talking, and then it was like a couple days later, and he was sending me songs, and I remember I was getting the songs from email, and he sent me that song by Astro Fame called One Wish, and it was like, and I like read the description. I read out the description of the song before I played it, and he played he played the song, played the song. My life changed after I heard that song. I can't explain like how it changed, but it changed like that little bit. You know what I'm saying? It gave me that like little bit more like patience with people, or something to that effect. And I really hope Brian does see this because that song really did change my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that song was so good. Um, and then I almost cried on stream, and I had to end my stream, 'cause the song was it was that fire. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like, and so, I've been talking to Ryan for a while and shit like that, and like honestly, I think that song might need to go like on trash. I think people would fuck with that. I think people would fuck with that so heavy if that was on trash, like under like some sad anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also have a music video for it released on like another channel. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be lit though, man. I really do fuck with that track too. It's just, I don't know, it's got that weight to it. It's more than just, well, just a vibe. It's like, there's actually something there to take from. Oh, but
Yeah, that I mean, you probably think the same thing I do. The message is like, when you're going through shitty times, there's always someone who's in the struggle with you.
yeah, that's definitely the truth. Oh yeah, so I didn't, what I'm saying. So do you do music review live streams often? Is that like one of your hobbies?
Nah, I don't really do them often. Hence why I call it the rare scales music review. I'll be active for like, 1 week out of the month doing reviews, and I've been getting like some viewers. I've been getting like 40 viewers and shit like that. Like,
That's lit though.
but if I wanted to continue to do that, if I ever want to take it seriously, I'm gonna have to get it myself into a more professional setup.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you, man. It definitely is. I mean, it's not hard at all to set a little something up though, depending on what you're trying to do. Like, I bought my little mics and shit for like 30 each. They come with the little stands and shit. I got two of them just for the podcast. Oh, but yeah.
Feel you.
Uh, let me. Okay, yeah, I'm not muted. So, oh yeah, this is another question I wanted to ask you, man. Do you produce yourself or do you have a producer?
I got a couple different producers. I work mainly with you know, 495 Jordan. Um, that's the boy right there. That's the dude who made the Lizard Teeth 2 beat and the beat for my song 495 Reasons, and he made the beat to the upcoming song called Suicide Note that's coming out on Half Mafia. Um, and I also got my producer who produced my first project called 495 Death Cult. That's Grease Grammar. He's from Russia. He's cool. He has good prices on beats. I fuck with my boy Rev Beats, and he's from Russia as well. And he did the beats for the songs Kappas and 495 Family. Um, and me and Dre Spliffman might be doing something over one of his beats like soon. I fuck with this other dude named Ugly Sound or Ugly Song who did the beat to my song Blood.cfg and an upcoming project I got with this dude named Dr. P777. Um, I got who else do I fuck with Two Piece who did the beat for the song Mom and that the dude Little Toenail just released a song called like Can't Look Me Up and it's by the same producer, so I must be doing something right if I'm using the same producer as Little Toenail, months before Little Toenail finds out about him.
That's true. I want to hear a little bit about this little toenail though. Who's this little toenail? I heard little ugly toes. I ain't heard little toenail yet.
Little Toenail is he's a rapper. He did a collab with like Joji. Joji made him a beat before. Um, he wears a toe costume and a ski mask, and he raps about smoking French fries and fucking people's grandmas.
That's insane. Little toenail, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Check that out sometime, man.
Shout out Little Toenail, man. I've been a fan of Little Toenail since he was at like 20K on SoundCloud, you know, and like he's blowing up. He's blowing up slowly but surely because he makes bangers. Like his music is good.
Oh yeah, that's legit. So, how long would you say you've been rapping for, man? And not just like rapping like well or like putting out music, but like how long have you been messing with the flows? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
probably like 14 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What first got you interested in it?
3 6 Mafia.
Hey, 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, I'm real big fan of 3 6 Mafia. Anyone who went to high school with me would know that. Um, and they could verify like my deep, love for that group because I was the only one in my school who really kept listening to them after Stay Fly came out, and I discovered that they were like the greatest. And the first beat I ever rapped over was the Ride and Spin as instrumental, and yeah, and nothing was the same after that. And I freestyled for like a year before I ever wrote anything.
I feel you on that. I started off freestyling too. But who would you say your favorite artist is? Is it 3 6 Mafia as well? Like as a
Um,
group or?
no, my favorite artist is me.
Oh yeah, that's legit.
No, but besides me, I'd probably say my favorite artist across all genres, mm, or just rap.
Oh no, it can be any genre. Like someone you go to, you know what I'm saying, for your inspiration, just whoever's your favorite, I guess.
Let me think for a sec. I'd probably say like, mm, this might sound like a little bit cliche, man, but like like probably like Jim Morrison, man. Um, across all genres, like just because he knew like he knew my uncle and shit like that. Like my uncle before the Doors got famous, um, he was my uncle's roommate's friend. Like, and that all three of them used to sit and have breakfast every morning out in San Diego.
That's lit.
And,
That's real lit.
as crazy as that sounds, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I've heard a couple different stories about people knowing different like famous artists and whatnot. So I believe it, man. It's a small world to an extent. Come
yeah,
across some crazy
you know, and
things.
but in terms of rap, I would probably say like my favorite like rapper, because obviously rap is a lot more prevalent in my life at this point. Um, I'd probably say Big L, man. It has to be Big L. There's no question. Like, Big L is on the same level for me as like Jim Morrison is, just because like I got my dad into Big L. My dad likes him.
Hell yeah.
I think he's just an artist that was just shut down in his prime. Like,
Yeah. It's sad to see how many artists, you know what I'm saying, just the rap game takes, and I guess it's not just the rap game, but fame, money, whatever it is that's involved with like the success that comes with being a famous rapper. A lot of people have, especially recently, like dying from it. So it's definitely
feel
a
you.
sad thing.
Do you think that do you think that people, a lot of people like post, about, you know what I'm saying, like rappers who have like recently passed away and stuff like that. Do you think that like people were the same way emotionally like back in the day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when, like a famous figure like passed away, from unexpected
Yeah.
circumstances and things like that. Like, do you think that people were talking about like when Kurt Cobain killed himself, like as much as they were talking about like when, Little Peep or X died?
Oh, Kurt, kinda, yeah. Um, yeah, I'd say Kurt, but I think it's a different like form of the way, cause like nowadays it's so easy, anybody can like fake any emotion in a post. But I think back then, people used to, even if they didn't really fuck with it, they at least acted, you know.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't know if I could say people lined up at Kurt's memorial like they lined up at X's. That's a hard thing to compare, cause he had multiple memorials, didn't he? And they were all crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I was like, I wonder if people like cared about music as much back then.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, people definitely say, I don't know. It's a good point to bring up, man. It's like people are a lot more invested emotionally. It seems. It does seem like that.
Yeah.
Um, or maybe the way people express their emotion is different these days. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, people love to post.
Yeah.
People love to post.
Oh yeah, they do, man. Yeah, they do.
Do you do you do you know what MDE is?
MDE?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not sure. What is it?
Well, since it's my first interview and stuff like that, I need to let it be known right now that I am an MDE fan, to the core. That is what I rock with. You know what I'm saying? I don't there there's a lot of people out there who don't like that show and what Sam Hyde does, and they think that he's like this horrible person and this and that, but I think that he's a visionary. I think that his comedy is, something that people are copying heavily right now, and he's not getting enough credit. I just had to let that be known.
Oh yeah, that's big ups from all MDE, I'm sure. Uh, oh, I'm gonna have to look into that because it's like you had to express that one. So I'm just let me write that down because I wrote a couple things down. You said
Yeah,
MDE
yeah, it stands for Million Dollar Extreme.
million. I'm sure I'll find something if I Google that in $1 million extreme.
Yeah,
Let me check that out. Check that out. We're gonna have to check out all lizard teeth and search and seizure as well at some point. Oh, but yeah, man. I still have a whole bunch more topics on this paper just to kind of browse around. So, I have a question for you.
cool.
Like, I'm not the feds or nothing, but like, what do you feel about weed, man? Like, you a smoker? You don't smoke but don't care? Don't smoke but do care? Smoke but
Um,
do care?
Weed? I've never heard of weed. You're gonna have to tell me more.
Oh, he said he's never heard about it. It's the stuff that comes out the ground, man. It's God's little miracle. Or herb yielding seed, right?
Um, I don't. I still don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, he lighting up right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He lighting up right now.
Honestly, I think weed. I think weed is cool. Don't get me wrong. Been smoking weed for a long time, but I think people that go to like weed events and stuff like that, and like wear like weed related clothing all the time, and like all that shit. I think that all that shit is extra. I don't think that it should be like really like um predominant like that. I don't think it should be out there like that just because of like the younger generation and like what is the younger generation gonna think? You know what I'm saying? Of like, you know, all these old people like, smoking weed and stuff like that, because as good as it is and things like that, like my life would be completely different right now if I didn't start smoking at a young age. I wouldn't have been exposed to, dangerous situations and people that sold like other drugs and shit like that because, back in like the, early 2000s when I started smoking, the people who sold weed also sold dope and fucking, crack and shit like that. And it wasn't like how it is today. And if weed continues to like become like this, this thing that people view as like corny or lame, or people like, yeah, that weed isn't cool. People are gonna do other drugs. They're gonna start popping Xans. They're gonna start doing coke, and you know, they're gonna start off with some heavier shit, and they're just gonna be even more fucked up by the time they get to my age or whatever. So
Yeah.
that's why I think like the platform that people are trying to put weed on and stuff like that, I don't really rock with it. Like if people want to smoke, that's cool. If you're not a person who likes to drink alcohol and you're an adult and you want to smoke weed instead, I think that's perfectly fine. Um, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you wholeheartedly. Um, I do agree though with like all the crazy out there weed shit. I mean, it really ain't necessary. I don't think I
Yeah.
got anything that's just like weed on it. Pretty sure I don't. But I was gonna say something else about that. Um, Cause like the way you had described it reminded me of I'd heard in a documentary one time about like the tattoo trend that's going on right now, and like about the previous body piercing trend that went on like the mid 2000s or something like that. That apparently like the amount of people that were actually pierced or piercing their bodies at the time was like at an all time high, and like people were going crazy with it to the extreme. They had like some people had piercings everywhere where they're like tattoos the same now. And do you think drugs are going to be the next step? Like
Oh
how
yeah.
it's like lean right now and Xannies is the big thing.
You know, and don't get me wrong. I've tried all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, I have too, so I can't really say nothing about it.
But there's a difference between, experimenting, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, and just straight out doing something to follow a trend or like
yeah.
that's the main thing that irks me is like when people real deal hop on a trend just to do something like Xanax. However many people and like I used to stay in a bad place. I'm not gonna put no names out there, but I knew people in my household who did something with something some school buses whatnot, and just the difference, man, between when people were all about them hoes and when everybody got on the anti-Xan all rave that they're on now. It's like people hop off it so quick. And I had saw this another documentary I'm referring to about I forgot who it was. It might have been Post Malone or somebody, but they were talking about their view on it, and it kind of coincided with mine. How people who actually like took something for anxiety or something like that, they end up becoming the victim of the situation because they're still doing something on a trend that everybody else has hopped off of.
Yeah, you know, exactly. It's all about just, knowing what your limits are, and people who say, people like Russ or whatever, you know what I'm saying, who's just outright saying like, oh, fuck fuck drugs, like that's corny. People are gonna think that's corny. So that's why I'm not like, I'm not like fuck drugs. It's just, I guess I just I don't really want to concern myself with like what other people are doing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like today people put a lot of stock in other people's lives, like
Yeah,
for no reason.
I
But
just kind of throw my hands up. I'm like, you know,
yeah, just sitting back minding your own business. You seem like a pretty
yeah,
cool guy, like, what I'm saying, not too extroverted, not too introverted, but conservative. I'm not politically, but you know,
yeah.
biologically.
No, I have no political opinion whatsoever.
I
Politics is not
agree.
my thing.
Yeah, man. Like I used
Hey,
like back in the
hey,
day.
man, I don't do politics. I'm a comedian. No, no, I'm sorry. I had to. That was an MDE quote.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I was into politics as like a teen, and I hopped off that when I found out it didn't matter how much I debated something. It don't change nothing. So if I wasn't gonna be a politician, it's like there's no fucking point. But anyways, oh, I still got a couple more things to ask you.
All right, cool.
So we have covered a good bit of the topics. I still got a few more though. So since I did the HAF already, this one was kind of complimented with it. I forgot to ask the second part, but I can kind of generalize it anyways. It's like, do you have any upcoming collabs? Specifically, it was originally for HAF Mafia, but in general, like, do you see yourself collabing with any artists out there? I know you said something about doing who was it? Doing like
My
producing your
my
beat.
boy Dr. P777. He's my boy from Brazil. Um, you know what I'm saying? That's my guy right there. Um, he's a producer. He's produced for like Slen and a couple other artists who are in trash. And you know, I don't know why those artists haven't done more stuff with him, because I really fuck with his sound. Like, he has a real heavy trap metal sound, but he has a really good voice for it, and then like he has like a Brazilian accent, so, and he can rap, and he can do it in Portuguese or English. Um, which, you know, to be honest, that's a gold mine right there. Is because, yeah. So, and he's crossing into the genre of like trap metal stuff, which no one else. I don't even think I've ever seen another Brazilian dude even doing that type of music. And we did this. We got a song coming out. It's called "Picking Up the Pain," and you know, the intro to it, it's like real, like tripped out, kind of spacey. Um, and it'll be cool. And the only artists that I want to do songs with, like, right now, I don't really want to do songs with like any like people that are like, way too far out of the realm of like trash itself. I've done a song with Santos Santana. Um, I don't know if you know who that is. I've done a song with him. I'd like to do more songs with him. And this other dude named Sadgasm. Um, yeah, he does edits, and he also raps. And there's this other dude named Sleepy Boy Homeless. I want to do a song with Kano. Um, or 36 Premium. That's what his rap name is. Or you know, um, I like that dude Local, from Half Mafia.
Yeah,
Local and
I
Dre
fuck with
Swift, man.
local.
They're cool. I fuck with them. Um, and there's this other dude named Josh. This dude named Josh. I think his name's Josh Valentine. I think. Don't don't quote. Oh no, it's Rob Valentine. It's Rob Valentine, and he's from my area, and he has some really good stuff.
Oh yeah, you get that local
Yeah.
collab going. That's something you can easily get a music video together. Like turn up.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely want to do something with him as well.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So, like, when you go to write a song, is there a reason for your song, or do you like take what's in your head and transform it into like a sculpture?
Um, at this point, man, I've written so many songs. I'm probably like, you know, I'm probably close to like maybe like, 7 or 8 thousand songs in. You know what I'm saying? Like right around there. Like I've written a lot of songs, and I it's really natural at this point. I just kind of throw up onto the fucking notepad file. I just throw, it's like I'm just vomiting onto the song, and it just happens. I can just say whatever I want, and it just works. I don't know, it just works.
Oh yeah, that's lit. All right,
Wait, somebody.
so oh my bad. What were you
No,
saying?
that's cool.
So, we've been talking a lot about, trash, and I see you definitely fuck with the movement, like how you talked, you don't want to stay stray too far out of the trash, aesthetic with your collabs and whatnot. So, as far as your videos on trash, like, which one would you say is getting the most attention at this moment?
Oh, I mean, the Call Me Trash one, but the Lizard Teeth 2 one is dropping like either today or tomorrow.
Okay, that's lit. And when you go to have your AMVs made for the trash, well, I guess I probably shouldn't ask this on screen. I don't know if this is okay to ask you. Hey, what you think? Is this don't cross zone?
Go for it, huh?
Okay, well, just if you don't, what I'm saying, if it's a trade secret, just let me know. We'll skip questions. I'm just kind of going off top now. But, like, when you go to have an AMV made, because I know you have quality-ass AMVs that move to your song, or at least they appear to me to move to your song. So, like, they definitely look in sync. So, when you go to have something like that done, do you just know somebody, like, locally, or you yourself do it, or do you reach out externally to other
Oh,
people?
I have different editors, you know?
So, you've just been building a whole team for this vision.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's lit. That's definitely well thought out. That's foresight. Yeah, make things
Well, I
happen.
wish I wish I could say, um, that it was well thought out, but it's kind of, I don't know, I just kind of did what I had to do. That's the best, that's the best way to explain it. Like I can only do so much as myself, but I've definitely done a lot.
I feel you. So it's all just kind of spontaneous for you. You know what I'm saying? Grab and go type movements for you.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's what it is for the most part, though. I had heard a quote at one point. It was something about car headlights in the night. Like if you were traveling from, I don't remember the places, but let's say Louisiana to California, that you can only see like 30 feet in front of you because of the headlights, but you know you're gonna get there because of the road. Like, you know, you trust the road you're on, so you end up getting there. You
Oh
know what I'm
shit.
saying? So
I'm gonna remember that.
yeah, it's real, ain't it? It's you can only see like 20 feet in front of you though, but you get there. Having faith, but hell yeah. So yeah, I'm enjoying the interview so far. You seem like a dope person. I would like to touch more on
Thank
the
you.
anime topic though, because I know you were talking about like Hunter X Hunter is probably your favorite show, and I think you said that Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check that out. That princess. Um, have you seen like the new season of Attack on Titan, or you don't fuck with Attack on Titan, or how you
I've
feel with
never
it?
seen it. Is it good?
It's all right, man. Like it's pretty decent, but I don't like when things get too popular because I feel like they start to generalize it, and I don't know if that's gonna happen with it. Um, but so far I've enjoyed it up to the latest episode they've all released. It was definitely more
Don't.
brutal in the beginning, but
Well, don't worry, man. It won't get more popular.
yeah. Um, but yeah. Uh, I had something else to ask you as well that kind of slipped my mind when I was asking that. Oh yeah, dubbed or subbed, man. This is like the eternal debate. Dubbed or subbed.
Oh, I like subtitles.
Hey, I agree. Sub always wins with me, except for like rare occasions. Like I'll watch like Full Metal Alchemist dubbed only because like I enjoy like the original Full Metal Alchemist. I grew up watching it on Toonami. Like I was really young when it was coming on, but or was it? Yeah, I think it was Toonami.
Dragon Ball Z is probably the best dubbed anime out there.
DBZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fought with DBZ's dubbed though, hardcore.
In terms of like how well a dub was done, I really don't think that there's anything better than, you know what I'm saying?
It's over 9,000.
Yeah. I mean, exactly.
Gold.
You know,
Hell yeah.
I mean, it spawned one of the earliest memes.
Yeah, that's definitely true, man. That's one that's lasted a long time. Long ass time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, still pertaining to like the Trash Gang, do you mess with a lot of artists inside the Trash Gang? Like, are you trying to network with the people who are like really popping in some of the music videos on their channel, or AMVs rather?
Um, the only artists that I've like, talked to, in trash, like, I mean, if you wanna, I'm looking at the uploads now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some videos posted by like, like Ouija Mac and stuff like that. Like, I never talked to him. I've never talked to really, you know, any of these, people because a lot of the people that get posted on the page, a lot of them aren't like you know what I'm saying? A lot of them aren't in trash. Like, they're just getting promotion on the channel. Um, the 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 s- the specific artists that I can, for sure say that like are in trash, like that, come to the website and like they'll hang out sometimes is like Santos Santana, um, obviously myself, this other dude named Coast God, um, Sadgasm, obviously, and this other dude named Sleepy Boy Homeless, and his friend Deviant, um, and those are the only people like that I can say 100% like that I've seen, chilling on the website, um, you know what I'm saying, and like hanging out and just talking. Um, I'm pretty sure this dude Derek Pope as well has been on the site. Derek Pope makes some really good music. I forgot about him. Yeah, yeah, I'm Scales on there. Uh, it has Greek letters in it. Yeah. Oh, and, oh, the dollar sign is just for style. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely fuck with the aesthetics of names like in the music industry today. People got some dope names, man. I've seen some creative stuff. I've seen some very like weird stuff too, but I've seen some creative stuff that I fuck with. So yeah, it's definitely lit.
Yeah, I think my name is easy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's scales. That's like one syllable in it, or is scale? Yeah, scale. Well, that the second S kind of makes it a second syllable, right? Or no, it's two syllables. That's right. You break it down, ale, something like water. What was it? Not like water, but no, not the water company, the power company. You remember that shit, or was it the electric company back in the day?
I don't know.
It was like the old. I think it was on like PBS. Like they used to like break down words and shit on public television. Like water. Put it together. But anyways, I'm over here looking retarded. Got
Uh,
Luther up in the building. What's good, Luther? Felice up in here. Appreciate you tuning in.
oh yeah, we got some people tuning in.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so far, I think the interview's been pretty thorough. I think I had one or two more topics. Yeah, I know I got one I still didn't touch up on. So like, what would you say it was like for you coming up, man? What were your early years like? Them salad days.
Um, well, basically, I'm a clone. I was cloned by Clonade. No, I'm just kidding. I was uh, I was basically like grew up pretty, pretty, normal until I was like 15 and I got charged with arson. You know what I'm saying? And then after I like caught my first criminal charges, like, nothing was ever the same after that, like now, you know, just that's just kind of the road that I took for a while. Was I was sticking people, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like doing a lot of bad shit. I robbed a lot of people. Um, never really sold drugs. I kind of just, I was just hitting licks and shit like that. It's nothing that I'm like 100% proud of because, it was stupid and immature at this point, you know what I'm saying? But I did what I had to do with the time.
Yeah, that's how I look at, you know what I'm saying, try to look at my past, what I done. I just, you know what I'm saying, I can be comfortable and do what you gotta do. That's definitely respectable. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off
Like
though.
I was not really the greatest person.
But shit, you seem pretty cool, laid back now. You know what I'm saying? Like you,
Wait, yeah. Yeah, a lot of shit has changed.
yeah. That's the evolution. But yeah, I always look at it like I don't know how you feel about duality. Like, do you believe in duality?
I don't even know what that is, man, to be honest.
Well, it's just like Well, I mean, it's not really much to believe in. It's kind of prevalent, but there's like a religion to it too. Like with most religions focus on duality and an aspect, whether it be good or evil, yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? God and the devil, whatever. It's always like two of whatever, hot and cold, north and south, east and west. You know, it's the opposite. So what I always, I believe in the yin and yang and the fact that and there's always in the good there's always some bad, and the bad there's always some good. So it's like from our bad experiences we are able to learn from them, and that's kind of like the good that I see. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll make you a better person, just depending on the experience and what you take from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I wouldn't be the person today without going. The person I am today without going through the bullshit I went through. So that's just kind of like the basis of it. But I mean, there's a lot of different ways to take duality. It's a very broad thing, but I fuck with
Bro.
it.
Shit. I mean, that sounds legit. I don't really have much of a, um, like, I didn't really have much of a religious upbringing. Like, my mom told me, she was like, if you want to go to the CCD, you can if you want to. You don't have to. And that was probably the full extent of like of my upbringing in terms of that. Um, so when I think about like religion and stuff like that, I just think about like the third Indiana Jones movie, um, when Indiana Jones has to take the leap off the lion's head. Um, and I just think that everybody has to take the leap off the lion's head at some point. And
Hell yeah, that's legit.
that's pretty much, you know,
Yeah, everybody's gonna take that leap. You
whatever that means, whatever direction you go in, if you go down, if you go up, you're still making the step towards, whatever you're trying to go for.
Oh yeah, one step at a time. So you seem like a pretty well versed dude though. Uh, do you like read often? Did you make good grades? Possibly good with English.
Um,
Good with
nah,
math.
like I pretty much just failed in high school. And I just kind of did what I want. I like when the teachers told us like a book assignment or stuff like that, I would never read the book that they assigned, and I would always read whatever book I wanted to, and then I would write the report on that book, and I would get like a D on the project, and they wouldn't give me an F, they would give me a D. And I used to do that so much that eventually like my teachers would just like, I wouldn't tell anyone. It's not like I was telling people that, yeah, I'm reading, whatever book I feel like. Like I always did what I wanted to do. That was the important thing to me, was me doing what I wanted to do. So I always I always took that upon myself to, you know, just kind of move how I want, how I felt as though things should be done. So I dropped out of high school when I was like 17, and I got my GED before my class graduated. Um, and I tried to go to community college, and I made it in community college for about a day, and I skipped a class on my first day of community college, and I just never went back. I was like, fuck this.
I feel you. We actually got like similar thing going on in high school. I actually left, but we had a thing called night school, which you could still attend. You could graduate at your own pace. It was like on the computer. So I ran through that shit in like 2 months and 2 weeks. It was like a year and a half or something like that. But I definitely feel you on that. That's lit. Cause the only thing is that the licensed people fucked me over. They said I didn't go to school even though I graduated early, so I had to fucking deal with that bullshit. But yeah, I feel you. I think that personality trait's definitely a good one to have, especially in this industry, because you gotta make a
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
You gotta want to take what's yours. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit though. Real shit. That's legit. Getting a little personal insight on your boy Scales. I think my boy Zach's up in here. What's good, man? shit moved around. Pretty much all the questions I had like rehearsed plus a couple extra ones. Is there anything else you
I
kind
would.
of want to go over? Or?
Sounds went over a good amount.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You wanna give any special shout outs or anything?
Yeah, shout out my boy Mike, man, in jail, Alabama, doing 8 years.
Damn, I hate to hear that, man.
Shout out Kevin. Shout out Kevin and Riz. Both they both get out soon.
Oh, yeah.
Um, they're doing time as well. Um, you know, shout out everyone in my family. You know what I'm saying? And people, and especially my boy Quinn. He's down in Florida right now. Hopefully he's doing all right. Hopefully you see this Quinn at some point. Be all right, man.
Yeah. Well, shit. I guess I got your project pulled up here. I guess if you want to, I don't want to hold you up or anything, but if you want to, we could vibe to it for a moment, or I could, what I'm saying, go ahead and stream it for you for
Yeah,
people to
yeah.
listen to.
I was probably gonna go, get a couple things done right now, to be honest.
Yeah, no issue at all, man. Um, my bad. I'm a little tired right now. But yeah, take it easy, man. I really do
Hey,
appreciate
you too.
you.
Thank you for the interview, man. You're gonna blow up, man. Don't worry. Just keep interviewing people.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. But no, I appreciate you coming out and doing the interview. I would like to do follow-up interviews. I've been telling everybody that comes up on here, if you're interested, I'd love to do a follow-up interview. If you can get some type of same colored surface behind you, I'm gonna be doing a series kind of like No Jumper Does Exposed. Not sure what I'm gonna call it yet, but if I can get a way to edit people out, I'll be doing little funny stuff with like pictures in the background, throw them across the screen, whatever, and like do another type of
Right.
interview. But yeah, I do appreciate you coming through, man, and chilling with me,
Oh,
vibing.
yo, and shout out to OD Cuz. His interview is coming tomorrow.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, it's gonna be lit. That OD Cuss interview. Hey.
Man, I should have said, yeah, I'll do songs for him too. I like his shit.
Oh hey, I'd love to see
He got
that.
some good shit. He has a
Yeah,
song called Let Me Breathe. I fuck with that song.
yeah, man, I follow Odie. Odie's been fucking hella support me for a while too, so definitely big ups, big shout out to you, boy Odie. He's fucking man.
All right, man, take it easy.
All right, you too, man. I appreciate you coming through.
All right, peace.
Later.
scale, still rapping for that 5. I never gave a motherfucker. Always leaving semen in a bitch's rupture cut. Demons leave me on the planet just so I can fuck it up. Why they wanna pick me up? I ain't being where I'm stuck. Transcending past through the evening amongst the finest species of forgotten soul, so we can smoke a blunt. That's it, it's that simple. Is you really focus, huh? Don't be looking at my whole crew cause we so rude toting guns. I was working on the highway. 495, wanna try? Get your mind straight. Still pulling ratchet old bitches off of my space. Bitch, call my dick a tree house at the high place. Still on a 3-kill streak with a spy plane. Still gonna fuck a broke bitch, ain't no 5 dates. Never use a condom, that's because I wanna die. Great, guess I'm still stale, still reppin' for that 5, Took Satan on a blind date. 495, wanna try? Get your 5 race. Race him down the highway till she ride face. Bitch, call my dick a meat house, hit the top place. Still on a 3-kill streak with a migraine. Still finna took a whole break in a tight place. Always been a robber, that's because I wanna die. Great, guess I'm still stale, still rapping for that 5, Yeah, call me Scales Dad. Every day I saw myself and thinking that I'm real bad. Truthfully, I wouldn't tuck and buckle in a real crash. I don't give a fuck what happens to me cause I'm real sad. Fuck everything and all my problems, I'ma kill that. Catch me off the top floor, building chillin' feel splat. Body hits the ground, now my soul's getting kidnapped. Scotty getting froze, I approach through the mist that's colder than the touch of corrupt. Need a bus pass to the next life. Here I go, off a jump pack. I will not ascend because I never been above rat. I don't really care what happens to me cause I love that. Took Natus on a blind date. 495, wanna try? Get your mind straight. Still pulling ratchet old bitches off of my space. Bitch, call my dick a tree house, hit the high place.
Still on a 3-kill streak with a spy plane. Still finna fuck a broke bitch. Ain't no 5 dates, never use a condom. That's because I wanna die great. Guess I'm still scared, still running for the 5.
Transform into scales. What? You done fucked up now, crank God with the old Lord. Bad little thing, give me brain, tell it go for it. Go for it, hopefully I'm skirting when I go son. Right now, I'ma stick to killing all these forsworn. Top level, top rank, throwing on my own say. Am I ever gonna make it? I be thinking no way. That's why I'm tripping on this acid, doing cocaine. Smoking on this blunt and sipping garbage, problems go away. Oh, thanks, don't get addicted to an old chase. People finna hate you for the shit you did. Close case, ghost rates won't ever matter if you stole faith. Go crazy in the pussy, not inside of soulmates. Four things, always keep the heavy when you open shop. Ghost stain, dodging all the coppers with a stolen Glock. Road game, put it on your hair if you want the top. Not my fault that you fucked up, you won't ever stop. Not my fault that another bus cost a 50 bump. Boy, this vision graphically inclined, I'm like NVIDIA. Order missions, technically this my precision killing ya. Kill myself and stash my own body, I ain't kidding ya. Cause the death is what I rap, it's really what I'm living for. Everyone's my enemy, yo girl call my dick animal. Cause it rip a soul out, put it in the whole mouth. Then she sucked it, isn't that what y'all wanna hear me flow about? 4 pounds of the coke that I got off the boat. We ain't fishing for no crab, eating lobster with your hoe. Potato on the barrel, you can say I drop bombs. And your bullets never go out, like stay at home moms. Yeah, I'm fucked up now, crank God with the old Lord. Yeah, I'm fucked up now, crank God with the old Lord. Lord. Yeah, I'm fucked up now, crank God with the old Lord. Bad little thing, give me brain, tell it go for it. What funds? Hopefully I'm skirting when I go son. Right now, I'ma stick to killing all these forsworn. Top level, top rank, throwing on my own say. Am I ever gonna make it? I be thinking no way. That's why I'm tripping on this acid, doing cocaine. Smoking on this blunt and sipping garbage. Problems go away. Problems go away. Problems go away. My problems go away. My problems go away. All my fucking problems go away. I'm too Salak. Yeah, Salak. Scale. Motherfucking scale. What, bitch? Yeah. Main wrist heavy with the work. What? Lane switch Chevy in the dirt. I got carpal tunnel, I'm a jerk. This losing scratch ticket turned to winning, no it hurts. Ever since I started spitting, yeah, I knew that I was cursed. Cause what I scribe is acidic, I've been with it since the birth. In your bitch's face, I send a soul to church. Couldn't handle on this devil, heat the kettle, watch it twerk. Scales, you could tell it's from his skin. Risen out the motherfucking ashes, let's begin. Y'all just chill with bitches thinking y'all'll just be friends. Cause you ain't know about the love of them diseases that have spread. Boy, the sickening infection and obsessions have been fed. All these motherfuckers acting in a row to get some bread. I ain't packing in this polar, I said hold up y'all the feds. I ain't chilling with your bitch, yeah, I'll be with your mom instead. Cause your mama got a lot of commas off and she be spread. And I ain't even wanna hit it, but like shit, I did, fuck it, yeah, I'ma dump it. Package up in public. Catch me swerving in the dirt while sipping on the muddy ass motherfucking S to the C-A-L-E-S. Yes, S to the C-A-L-E-S. Yeah, I heard from your thought that you got weak sex. Thought I was that I'm gon' fuck her, I just got free lip. Then I came wrist heavy with the work. Lane switch Chevy in the dirt. I got carpal tunnel, I'm a jerk. This losing scratch ticket turned to winning, no it hurts. Ever since I started spitting, yeah, I knew that I was cursed. Cause what I scribe is acidic, I've been with it since the birth. In your bitch's face, I send a soul to church. Couldn't handle on this devil, heat the kettle, watch it twerk. Satan coming calling when I answer in the cell. Flesh me fucking sparking when I'd answer down to hell. Text my second phone, cause I be talking to myself. I guess the operator's busy, boy, he needs some fucking help. Problems, I fucking got 'em, I can't ever fucking solve 'em. The fuck I'm playing these Drake songs for, she want me to use a condom. Dicking down to evil temptress, fuck a friendship, I ain't bother. I don't give a motherfucker that hoe got a pussy popping in the back. In the corner giving you a bag of awesome. So you can try to fuck that hoe and maybe have a daughter. All I like is bullets, brain splatter. After for our fathers, born our organized religion is an orgy with some slaughter, yeah. Yeah, Scales, on the mic, what the fuck? Klondike bars that I eat from the fucking stove. Then I'm about to get a lot of fucking weed. Yeah, Then I came wrist heavy with the work. Lane switch Chevy in the dirt. I got carpal tunnel, I'm a jerk. This losing scratch ticket turned to winning, no it hurts. Ever since I started spitting, yeah, I knew that I was cursed. Cause what I scribe is acidic, I've been with it since the birth. In your bitch's face, I send a soul to church. Couldn't handle on this devil, heat the kettle, watch it twerk. And the first of the legend. Fucking Casper car, stole your bitch. On that 5, bitch.